The go-home edition of Monday Night Raw. What can I possibly say about this show? Well, I think it was disappointing because it was not one of the worst WWE shows I've ever seen, but as a go-home show that was supposed to get you hyped for Survivor Series, it was kinda bad. The ending was amazing, but other than that, the whole show was just like a big gigantic filler. For example, one of the biggest issues I have with the show is the fact that the show is 3 hours long. But you only had like 5 or 4 matches, in which 3 or 4 of them were disappointing. DDT my dick, I ain't gonna watch another Tamina's match in the WWE. First of all, I wanna say that yes, I've seen SmackDown live, and this review is going to be way more interesting, but I'm not gonna talk about it in this video. And another thing, I've started watching WWE Weekly with my girlfriend, and spoiler alert, she liked SmackDown Live more as well. But anyway, let's start with this WWE Monday Night review. The show started with a bunch of WWE tag teams in a battle royal. How creative, WWE. I wasn't hyped for Survivor Series before, but now that I've seen a bunch of jobbers in the ring trying to eliminate each other, I'm sold. Buying WWE Network twice. Anyway, Braun Strowman interfered, he cleared the ring, and he said that he's not going to leave the ring before he gets Baron Corbin. Apparently they are in a rivalry, and WWE are always like, this is what happened last week, this is what happened 2 weeks before, this is what happened 5 years ago. And when I actually need the answers why these people are feuding, they're not giving it to me. Why? Braun Strowman gets interrupted by Stephanie McMahon, who said that you cannot hijack Monday Night Raw. As if the show is very entertaining, you know, you cannot interrupt this extravaganza of a bunch of jobbers eliminating each other. Hell yeah. Stephanie McMahon wants Braun Strowman to be a good teammate because he's going to be in a Survivor Series Monday Night Raw team, but Braun Strowman said that he doesn't care about representing Raw or Stephanie McMahon, he just wants Corbin. Imagine having a WWE career and the only thing you care about is Baron Corbin. That's sad, that just hits you right in the feels. However, they got a compromise that if Braun Strowman is not going to touch Baron Corbin before the Survivor Series, if Braun Strowman is going to be a good teammate, he is going to get Baron Corbin after Survivor Series pay-per-view. And then we got Ronda Rousey, she talked about Becky Lynch, and I'm not gonna even talk about this because if you've seen SmackDown Live, you know that this is just irrelevant at this point. And I'm going to talk about this at the end of the video. However, she flipped Baron Corbin, so that was kinda nice. And the first match we got was just embarrassing. I was watching this with my girlfriend and we just felt bored. I don't know, Ember Moon is a great wrestler. I've seen some of her NXT matches. I know what she's capable of. And I don't know what Tamina is capable of. This is like my first Tamina match I've seen. Even if I've seen it before, I don't remember it. And I was like, she's not the best wrestler. And I was disappointed. It was a very slow match, no impact whatsoever. The way they sold the moves was just boring. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this match. In my opinion, it was terrible. Nia Jax interfered, super kick into the face, splash, 1, 2, 3. They beat up Ember Moon after the match again. This is a force, this is a team, this is a faction that no one cares about, honestly. We finally got the answers from Dean Ambrose, and there's nothing more badass than a dude with a red car. I don't know what WWE were thinking. I thought that this is like Seth Rollins' car that Dean Ambrose is going to set on fire because he had fire and he had a car. Logically, the fire is going to burn. I don't know. It seems like the biggest badass of the WWE, Dean Ambrose, you know, who's walking with leather jackets, is owning a red car. I found it a little bit weird. Maybe it does seem a little badass to other people. I just thought it looks kind of weird. I don't know. That's irrelevant. But he pretty much said that the reason why he betrayed the Shield is because he thought that he is going to be stronger with the Shield, but he is stronger by himself and the Shield held him back. He doesn't care about Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns anymore, and he even burned his Shield gear. So I think that was a strong segment. Dean Ambrose burning his Shield attire was great symbolism, and yeah, I enjoyed it. and I'm hyped for the match. I really hope that the Intercontinental Championship is going to be involved in this rivalry because in many cases we get this thing in the WWE where two main eventers are feuding and one of them is an Intercontinental Champion. At least in 2009 and 10, WWE had this logic. Oh, we have Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho. This rivalry cannot be for the championship because these people are above this title. I think it's a terrible way to look at it because if we have this kind of rivalry like Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins have, Intercontinental Championship would look way more prestigious because it's personal and they also care about the title. I don't know, that's just me. I hope that Seth Rollins is not losing the championship, and if he will lose the championship, it better be to Dean Ambrose. That's just the way I look at it. Now we got Finn Balor versus Dolph Ziggler, hands down the best match of the night. It was entertaining to watch, it was fast paced, and here's the thing about Finn Balor. Even though WWE booked him terribly, and I really don't care about him like at all, I'm not interested in seeing Finn Balor, I just know that he's going to deliver, right? When I see Finn Balor against anyone, I know it's going to be a decent match. Not necessarily care about his character because of the WWE, but again, it was a great match. Ziggler is an amazing performer, and apparently Dolph Ziggler can't win a match against Finn Balor with Drew McIntyre's help. And the reason why they were fighting is because Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler were making fun of Kurt Angle. Drew McIntyre said how good it felt to pretty much destroy Kurt Angle, to make him look weak. And they got interrupted by Finn Balor, who just, defended the legend. He's a babyface, you don't talk crap about the good guys, about the legends. That type of thing. And he wanted Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre said, well, how about you face Dolph Ziggler? I don't know why. Is Drew McIntyre scared of Finn Balor? I don't think so, I don't know the logic behind this, but we got this match, probably the best match of the night. Here you go. Then we got the continuation of the Battle Royal. Thank you WWE, once wasn't enough, I need to see this twice. And this match was won by Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, and I don't know why, because this is a tag team that no one cares about. And this is, I've said it before, like, this is the most random tag team I've ever seen in my entire life. No one cares about it. People want them to be singles competitors. And there's nothing babyface about Bobby Roode. This guy is wearing a robe. He looks like a jackass in the best way possible. He needs to be a heel. Maybe turn both of them heel. Maybe that's the way to make people care about them. But they got no pop. No one... They got pretty much no reactions, so they are going to be the captains of Tag Team Survivor Series match. Finn Balor got added to the Monday Night Raw Survivor Series team, and of course Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre had issue with that, but Stephanie McMahon had this motivational talk about how we need to beat SmackDown Live, and it seems like they are on the same page right now, surprisingly. One of the highlights of this Monday Night Raw was Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. When they were talking about AJ Styles, I didn't really listen because a lot of people are saying how great Paul Heyman is on the microphone, which is true, by the way, absolutely amazing. But when he's with Brock Lesnar, I just don't care. He's gonna say the same thing over and over again. I don't think anyone cares at this point. The highlight was when Jinder Mahal interfered and said that last year I was supposed to face you, but my championship was stole from me, from AJ Styles. And he tried to get Brock Lesnar to do the whole shanty thing, to breathe in, breathe out. And I really enjoyed the fact that Brock Lesnar actually did it. He actually did it. It was a funny segment. It was a right way to do comedy. It's fun to see people like Brock Lesnar do things that you wouldn't expect them to do. So I really enjoyed it, but of course, as expected, he attacked Jinder Mahal and he did a bunch of German suplexes to the Singh brothers, and one of them sold it properly, but another one just he landed on his neck all the time. It was really painful to watch. When it comes to Jinder Mahal's career, it seems like every week WWE are like, let's find new ways to make this guy look even more weak. And it works, by the way. Alexa Bliss revealed her WWE Survivor Series women's team, and she also announced that there's going to be a qualifying match, Sasha Banks versus Bayley, and I feel like both of them should be on the team, right? Two of the most talented women on the roster. And no, it was a swerve because none of them won the match because of interferences, and Alexa Bliss said that, you know what, Ruby Riott is going to be on our team. Sasha Banks, Bailey. Nah, we got Ruby Riott. I sometimes I just don't understand the WWE. Like they're purposely trying to make people mad. And we're gonna come back to this segment a little bit later because this was actually the ending of the show. But let's talk about Bobby Lashley and Elias. So again, Elias is the most entertaining guy in the WWE. He made fun of Lio Rush's height. He called child support services and he said that there is this huge guy showing his biceps to him and even showing his butt. It was a really funny segment, and again, WWE proved me wrong. Elias is an amazing babyface and he even looks strong. When you think about these kind of gimmicks like Elias, a guy who's singing all the time with a guitar, you wouldn't expect them to be pushed. You wouldn't expect them to be dominant. Just like it really reminds me of these Fandango type of gimmicks. But this one, so far at least, seems to work, and we got a match between Elias and Bobby Lashley. It was a qualifying match, and the only reason Bobby Lashley won is because Elias couldn't get back into the ring because of Lio Rush. He grabbed him by the leg, and that's a good thing because no matter what, it makes Elias look strong. After the match, he beaten the crap out of Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley. So yes, he's not going to Survivor Series, but he's not looking weak as well. And the show ended with SmackDown Live women invading Monday Night Raw. I think that's a good little touch because last year we got men invading Raw and this year we got women invading Raw. I feel like it's fair, right? And this was really entertaining and better than expected, but unfortunate at the same time. So it started with Becky Lynch attacking Ronda Rousey backstage, and then the whole SmackDown Live's women's roster attacked females of Monday Night Raw in the ring. Just like always, we got this huge brawl, but somewhere in the middle of this segment or whatever, Nia Jax hit Becky Lynch straight into the face with a fist. And apparently, just like WWE said on their social media, broken face. So I don't know what does that mean, but pretty much she was bleeding all over the place. She got a bleeding nose. And yes, it's unfortunate, but at the same time it looked very badass. It looked really badass. The way she no-sold it, it was just priceless. I feel like this is one of these moments that could make someone's career. I was hoping that it was not serious, just a bleeding nose, but apparently it was, and Becky Lynch is not going to be at Survivor Series. And this is not the first time Nia Jax did something like this. So I feel like she should be a little bit more careful. People are saying that WWE should send her back to the developmental or performance center. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know, but something like this should not happen as often. So at the end of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live looked dominant, Becky Lynch looked really badass, and that's how this show ended. So I don't know, the ending was amazing, but other than that, the whole show was just like a big filler. It was really boring to watch, so I would give this 5 out of 10. I enjoyed previous Monday Night Raw a little bit more, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will also upload SmackDown Live review as well. It's a big one, so don't miss it. And as always, if you want to support the channel, make sure to click that like button. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And as always, the great one, peace, love, and hugs.